we begin with some downtime. Some rest and some relaxation, which is much, much earned by these fearless adventurers. Olivar steps into the clearing with all of the Ramhidi women and children behind him, and a few men as well, and a few of the Ursaka too that survived all of this. And he immediately comes up to you and he clasps your little owl hands. Did Hunolo give itself to you?
Yes, I think so. I called for Hunolo. There was so much danger happening, and I was so scared. And Hunolo heard my prayer, and came, and they told me to lead them.
The will of Bahatha is with you. Oh. And when he says that, all of the Ramhidi behind him immediately bow their head, and you can hear a You feel a reverence, almost like you yourself are a piece of everything that he has ever worshipped and everything that he has spent his entire life dedicated to. He's now staring at you as if you are a piece of his God.
I was wondering if I could have a word with you, Valcorio. In my worry and strife, I may have said something to you that was unfair. And having witnessed firsthand what you are capable of and what you have done here, I must tell you that I was wrong.
It's very nice of you to say.
You are part of our family now. You are welcome here anytime.
Psst. Hey! Psst. Hey! You!
Psst. Hey! Psst. KoKo! Aldershadow!
Yes?
Come over here.
Okay. KoKo
And
goes
from
over.
behind a dead tree, you kind of see what looks like a small mushroomed head gnome.
And there's another one that looks just like him that's a little bit skinnier and a little bit taller.
You did a good job, kid.
Yeah, Queen Mab says you're the bee's knees.
You the bee's knees.
And from like what looks like almost like Feywild moss that's just sort of been growing around this tree, he kind of just moves it over and picks up what looks like a quiver.
So, when you put arrows in it and you click your heels twice, it changes the type of arrow it is.
Yeah.
Oh, also.
Yeah, keep doing your job.
Yeah.
Or we'll break your knees. Yeah.
Yeah.
You either keep doing your job or we'll break your bee's knees.
Yeah.
Oh.
Got it?
Okay.
Drek,
You okay?
Yes, I'm very tired. I need a place to work.
I have a thatched hut nearby that I can take you to.
Thank you, but I would prefer to work in my own space. I just needed a small area to work in.
There is plenty of room.
Anywhere.
And you can see that it's a pretty big clearing.
Yeah, put the mirror down on the ground. These very small metal spiders start to crawl out of the mirror. And they are metallic and animatronic. And very slowly at first, they start to take pieces of the surrounding ground and rocks and trees and start assembling them into a structure. By the end of it is a 2-story tall structure has been created.
The door swings open, and as it swings open, out steps a tall, skinny, 7-foot tall bronze statue with a completely blank face. She looks around and then looks at you. Oh, it's you.
Yes, it is good
Welcome
to see
home.
you. Thank you.
What is that?
It is a place where I can work.
No, that. And he points to the no-faced, blonde, bronzed, 7-foot tall humanoid.
Yes, it is a servant of Lumbra.
Hello, how are you?
I am decidedly confused.
They are builders too, right?
Yes, we like progress.
If you look injured, why don't you come inside and rest a bit?
When she pushes it open and you look inside, the first floor is
A Roman-style bath.
His jaw, like when you look back at him, his jaws.
We have towels in case you'd like to dry off after your bath.
There are scented oils and soaps.
And sinks below the water. And
Saint.
She would collect the sparrows, their corpses. She picks up all of the sparrows delicately, and she's weeping.
I wish I had a song prepared before your lives were laid bare. But I'll sing to you now as you lie in the ground. I know it's not the sky, but I hope that you will find harmony to my eulogy, and that you will rest in peace.
you see this tiny little sparrow flitting around. You can see up in the sky, past the sparrow, there is another winged figure hovering.
Quite tall, Aarakocra, who has jet black feathers, but with just sort of patches, like 2 or 3 white feathers.
Hello? Are you a messenger from Aether?
Not exactly, no. Are you done with all of that,
Zeno, Dimitri, a pleasure, and extends a sort of wing, kind of limply towards you. I have a message from my people, and I was sent specifically to find you all.
by someone who you may know.
Who is it?
They go by the name of Ursula.
I come from Etos Peak.
Etos Peak?
Yes.
And we are going through some troubling times. You see, the earth seems to be boiling. I have been sent by the Elders of the Air. We are a collection of people with a vested interest in making sure that everything within Etos Peak and its surrounding area remains as it should be.
Well, I think if I was looking for a sign from my god, this would be it. What better mission than to save the winged folk?
There seems to be a crackle of magic around her, and she casts her innate cleric ability of sending. If sister, stay strong, though my journey is long, I'll keep you in my song.
Literal words of her mouth flow out as you can see them, and they begin to sort of rise in the air, turn into what look like little musical notes, and then off into the distance high in the air. Almost immediately after you do that, what you hear in your own head is, "Who are you? How did you do that? Why are you in my head?"
Do I recognize the voice?
It is definitely the voice of your sister.
You don't recognize me? It's your sister, Saint. I am looking for you. Where did you go?
Get out of my head! I don't know who you are, and I will find you, and I will rip you to shreds!
And then KoKo goes to Drac and gives Drac a hug before they left.
What is that for?
She's leaving. Say your goodbyes, brother.
This is how you say goodbye from where you're from?
How do you say goodbye?
Goodbye, I hope to see your face again.
Okay, goodbye. I hope to see your face again.
Be careful, Anne.
Be careful, and...
And he pulls what looks like clearly a very well-made smithing hammer. And he kind of looks at it and
You should take this.
Drac, you need your smithing hammer.
Take it. Remember me. Do not forget, Kjack.
Okay.
I will not forget you.
Okay, thanks.
KoKo Aldershadow.
Yes.
Yes. I did not think that joy was a thing that could happen anymore. My brother died and everything seemed to turn bleak. And then I saw your red hair. And it brought a warmth to my cheeks that, like the sun. And that is all I have to say. Oh, I will miss you.
And they make their way southward, led by a Aarakocra messenger far, far from home. You see the flat tundra, and it goes on for miles. So then all of you are caught off guard when two tall, beefy dogmen walk out from behind a couple trees. Hey Barley, I don't think there's any more pine cones in this part of the woods.
Oh, for sure.
Look at these trees. I mean, there's nothing growing on them anymore.
Oh yeah, they're gone.
We should probably go to a different part of the forest, don't you think, eh? I mean, that's.
Oh,
Jesus! Oh, don't sneak up on us like that.
Are you Canusk?
Of course.
For sure.
Sorry, we're not from here.
My name's Bart.
And I'm Hops.
We were told that there, in this area, there are nice canoes to beat that might be helpful.
So we're looking for pine cones.
Yeah, you'll never miss them. They're like this. Well, they used to be like this big, but now they're like this big and they're pink.
We are going to go out in these woods here, find some pine cones, come back to you, give you the pine cones, and then as a reward, you are going to take us across the tundra. Shall we begin?
You collect, all of you together, one big bag of pine cones of varying sizes. You see these two relatively large dog sleds and a pack of winter wolves and another pack of winter wolves that are all tied up to these sleds. And while you were collecting the pine cones, they were tying the harnesses to the sled dogs, which just happened to be these winter wolves. And they were also providing ropes for each of you to be able to hold on to while you're on the sled.
I was thinking I would prefer to fly than be on the sleds, but the visibility might get a little tricky, and I don't want to lose you, so I thought perhaps if you head onto this end, and I have part of it tied around me, and then I'll fly above you, and that way we won't lose each other, and also, should you fall, I might be able to aid you a little.
Would you be interested or available to fly with me? Because I've never done that before.
You've never flown?
No, I
Not
did
once.
holes.
Oh. Well, yes, of course. You can fly on my back.
Totally content to sit here and drink beer and listen to you all ramble about what it is ever you're rambling about. But there's a storm coming, and it's gonna
be a doozy.
All right.
It's gonna be a real humdinger.
A real
Okay, so here we go, and he
mush.
Yeah, the storm starts to billow in, and you know that it's going to catch up to you soon.
Mm-hmm.
Amongst the storm, in the clouds themselves, you actually see the face of a woman begin to appear in the clouds.
Is this
Thassa? Yes. So at this moment, it hits. Wind, rain, sleet. A thick fog billows in around you on all sides. He's barely staying in the air. You are clinging to him, and you can tell that it's only a matter of time before he loses control amongst the storm itself. You have a choice. You're either going to lose the sled and your traveling companions, and you're going to hold on to him, or you're gonna have to make a leap of faith and jump down to the sled.
It's time to let go.
And I kind of launch back to indicate that I am like leaping from your shoulders. As I'm leaping, I cast Featherfall on myself.
Cut the rope! I'll find you! I think I'm gonna trust the wind.
All of you see this Aarakocra struggling and fighting and flapping its wings and feathers going off in all directions. And it looks very uncharacteristic of Zeno, because Zeno has been so controlled and put together thus far and regal. It looks out of character to see him struggling so much and being whipped around. But as soon as he lets go and relaxes and allows the wind to carry him, it's almost as if he becomes one with the wind and the storm, and he rides the gale forward. So Zeno, you catch this gale wind and it propels you southward, and you see your home, you see Atos Peak, and you've never been happier to see that mountain before and the perfect ring of clouds around it. And you are immediately escorted all the way to the Elder Ring. They stare at you expectantly, but the proud-looking eagle looks over at the owl and says,
Zood,
Yes?
it seems our messenger has returned.
We are in a far graver situation than I believe we even thought. For it is not just us and Etos Peak and our surrounding area that is being affected by these changes. I went north and found an entire forest laid bare. But I am very happy to confirm that Ursula was correct. There are new Stormborn among us.
They are real.
They are. You will listen to me.
Ooh.
For I have been sent. What I have is not a lie. What I have found is not a lie. I do not seek to manipulate, but to save Etos Peak and the island that we are sworn to protect.
So we are under threat.
A threat unlike anything we have ever faced before.
I told you.
The elders hear you, and we will do something about it. Now, before you go, what of this burrowing owlin?
It has some sort of connection to this fiery man.
Is he mad?
Almost certainly, yes.
Oh, that's worse.
A mad Stormborn.
Yes, that is quite unfortunate, yes.
An honorable one.
Well, mad or not, honorable or not, madness is something we shouldn't take lightly.